Welcome back to DVC Weekly. This is episode 188. My name is Jason Erpling. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com and Buy and Sell DVC.com.
And today is September 11th, 2024. So your 11th month window is going to be August 11th, 2025. And the 7th month window is going to be April 11th, 2025. We're going to go right into the buy and sell side of things. And it's kind of like a little history lesson, if you will, on Disney Vacation Club. Disney Vacation Club basically started in the early 90s, 1991. And I was just going to, like, how it was marketed over the years. In the beginning, they really, they didn't come out with with the ASAs, that's the people that are in the parks that are trying to get you to talk about DVC. They really weren't allowed to be aggressive at all, if you will. I want to say they weren't even allowed to talk unless you talk first. And then they could answer. They weren't allowed to say, "Hey, can I tell you about DVC?" But if you said, "Hey, what's going on here?" They could.
Picture them just standing there with their mouth shut. And also, like, somebody walks over, they see like their dog, like the tail's wagging, like he's all excited. Somebody's coming to talk to him. Finally, so I can talk to somebody.
But of course, DVC started out with a bang because if you bought in the early years, you got free passes. I believe it was up. Was it up to 4 guests? I don't know what the exact details were, but you got the free passes for your stay, for your guests in your room up until 1999. I mean, the people that, I have to give applause to those people that, bought into DVC when it was so new and they really didn't know what they were getting into, because, your decision just looks amazing at this point because you got the free passes. If you still have it, what it's worth now compared to what you paid. I think when Disney first started, it was $51 a point. So, that's going back. And then, starting in the late 90s, there was no more, I want to say 96, around there. That's when there was no more, if you bought, you got free passes. I want to say that's when it stopped. But still, you're in the late 90s, you were only at $65 a point. The tours shifted from Old Key West to the boardwalk. And then, if you did the tour between 10:30 and 2:30, they would give you a meal voucher. Most people would use that at ESPN. So you would go on the tour and then go to ESPN. And then at that point, you're talking like it was Old Key West, Vero Beach, Hilton Head, Boardwalk. It might have been only those 4 resorts at that time because Beach Club came out in 99, I believe. So anyway, then you had the tours going on at the boardwalk, and everybody loved the boardwalk because there was always activity going on at the boardwalk. And then everything was, there was direct, there was resale, everything was exactly the same, and really. And also in the beginning, I will tell you, the state of Florida gives every buyer 10 days to cancel their purchase, whether you buy it direct or whether you buy a resale. When Disney first started out, they came out and said 30 days.
Oh,
you're not sure what to do? We'll give you 30 days. And I will tell you, they've since, gone to normal 10 days. But in the beginning, they were, because they wanted to make everybody as comfortable as possible. Free passes, 30 days. And then in 2011, that's when Disney made the first change of, so keep in mind, from basically 91 to 2011, whether you bought direct or resale, it was exactly the same. No difference whatsoever. And then in 2011, that's when Disney made an announcement. And I will tell you this, probably one of the mistakes that Disney made, but they made the announcement far in advance. Like, I want to say 4 months. They said in 4 months, if you purchase after this date, you're not going to be able to go on the Disney cruises. You're not going to be able to use it for the Disney collection, like if you want to stay at Caribbean Beach. Well, people just thought that the sky was falling, so all sorts of people sold their property. Now, if they would have never made that announcement, would these people have sold? No, these people wouldn't have sold because there was no, that was their motive for selling, is because, well, this is coming, prices are going to drop. But the prices really didn't drop, because then people were like, after like 2 months after the change, people said, wait, we don't even use these things anyway, so this doesn't really affect us. So then Disney made more changes, and now, of course, they've made the change, like with Riviera. Like, if you buy Riviera resale, you can only stay at Riviera. If you buy Riviera direct, of course, and then you go to sell it, then it can only be used at Riviera. So that kind of, hurts the value of the property for someone that buys direct. And then when COVID started in 2020, that's really when a lot of like a lot of when I say a lot, that you're looking for an exact number, but I mean, guides were either let go or they decided to go elsewhere, because the demand was really, for a long period of time in COVID, there wasn't anyone staying on property, and then the numbers were low. So some guides that were there for a long time left, and then the way the ASAs worked, that changed for a long time. That's why I was asking a couple weeks ago about the Polynesian, because he went to that phase where the ASAs were just showing you a bungalow at the Polynesian, and then they would give you like some sort of gift for coming to see it, but then they would say, and if you want to go on a tour, here's a QR code or something, and then they'd have like an old Key West 3-bedroom or a Boardwalk 3-bedroom you could see. And like when I was just at Animal Kingdom, they had like we have these things here. I don't know if these things have a technical name to them, but that's what they had in the hallway. Like, if you want DVC information, you can scan this QR code or see a tour. I mean, it's really like, I don't know what all I was going to put on here, but one thing is like, DVC is unlike any other timeshare. Like, if you want to get information on a Marriott timeshare, it's almost impossible to find it online. They want you to go on the tour, and they want you to confuse you. Whereas Disney Vacation Club now at this point has just put everything online. You want to buy direct, you want to buy resale, you can find it all online from Disney directly. And of course, other companies, resale companies, that have it on there too.
And I think they still probably do. I mean, they used to send out that DVD. I can't tell you how many times I watched the DVD that they sent me before I ended up purchasing resale.
Oh, really?
I probably watched it 30 times. And I still enjoy watching that from back in the day. And the people who were in it were like fun, and they had like fun personalities. I know their names, and I still enjoy watching that DVD from 25 years ago.
And like when you go on a cruise, I'm assuming this is on most cruise lines. You know how they have like a touchscreen near the elevator?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like that's what I feel like the future of DVC is going to be in regards to the ASAs. I think you're going to be able to go to one of these ASA locations, and you're just going to put in a touchscreen, and it's not going to be a full tour, because they still want you to get in front of a DVC guide.
Which resort are you interested in?
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom, and it pulls up a map or pulls up videos and a tour of the room,
or if they even say they say, what is your length of stay right now? And then someone puts in, I checked in this day, checked out this day, and then it's going to show, well, this is how many points it would have been if you remember, and then it's just going to.
I was just picturing if they took like Oculuses or whatever and made like a virtual tour. So you could sit there and say, I want to tour the 3-bedroom at Riviera. And now you can, instead, because now, they only have a couple of rooms set up. But if they did something with the virtual, you could sit there and tour any single room you want to see if that's where you want to stay.
Because it's just, it's
go,
really,
Disney, you're welcome.
It's just a numbers game, because the more people they get exposed to it, certain percentage are going to fall in love, certain percentage are going to become members. Plus, let's say you have 300,000 members now. Well, you have 300,000 members, and then all of a sudden, this member who's, let's just say their child is now 25, right? And they want to give something to their child. They have the means, and they say, well, I know that if I buy my son or daughter 200 points DVC resale, now they're going to be able to create memories, either with his family, his friends, whatever the case may be. I think that's also going to be the case. We have all these people are going to, if they have the means, they're going to buy these points for their kids once they get that age. Because now look at what the price of these rooms are. Like, in the 90s, you could stay at an all-star resort for like $49.99. And now you're talking, I want to say like
200
yeah,
sometimes.
$249 or whatever. And I mean, it's not, I mean, we can all agree that the all-star is not a $249 room.
No,
I mean,
it is not.
It's not. So, I mean, it's just this DVC is just going to keep. It's just going to keep growing. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. So yeah. So now we're on. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what the kiosks look like. 5 years from now, because I think there's going to be like a touchscreen, more interactive, and they're just going to be like, hey. Okay, you want to go to the next phase? Okay, let's get you to a DVC guide, and
That would be cool. I like that.
and now we're on to the food. But if your idea of looking at the grand villas and the different,
I think it's cool because right now they normally will show you like one or two resorts, but to sit there and say you've accessed it very easily, every resort, and see exactly what the 2 bedrooms at Beach Club look like. I think the hope with sales versus here's what we're selling. You can look at this room only. Now you can view everything.
plus, I mean, imagine if you're looking through and then you're looking at all the resorts, and let's just say the person wants to finance for X amount of years. So you have the finance and you have the annual dues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then it's like, I mean, I'm just making up numbers here. So, but like they're looking at Alani, and then in the corner they see the monthly payments $343, and then you go to Saratoga and it says $272, and you go to this resort and it has a new number, and then they're like, you know what I mean?
Very easy to have that on the screen and be helpful. Yeah, I like that.
And now we're on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
All right, so this is definitely going to be my last review from Jolly Holiday at the Disneyland park. I might have a few more from other locations still, which is crazy as this trip was back in March. But this one was the milk chocolate croissant. It's listed as a flaky pastry filled with chocolate for $4.79. While this was probably the least favorite of the 4 or 5 things we tried, we still really enjoyed this. It was flaky and the chocolate was like smaller like pieces in there. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more if it was a little softer or melted, but it was still really, really good. We gave it a 7.9, but I don't know if I would get this again just because the shop has so many different treats and they always have a ton of seasonal items. So they're always have a lot more turnover. So there's always new stuff coming in. I've gone there several times so far, and every time they have different stuff. And this is, I think this is the overall on all Disney property, the best place for like sweet treats. Like they have tons and tons of stuff always. And I've always been, there was one macaroon that I still remember from trip 2 years ago. That was one of the worst things I've had. It was just thick coconut just covered in white milk chocolate. Just was not very good. But I mean, everything else we've had has been absolutely really, really good. So Jolly Holiday is the best.
And did you already give out the score on this or no?
7.9. Yes.
7.9, gotcha.
It was 7.9.
And now we're on to the DVC-rental side of things.
So I want to go over some strategies for booking during school breaks for families. School breaks are a very, very popular time to go. Securing a DVC reservation during these times can definitely be challenging. So here are some strategies. Definitely you want to book early as you can. That's really the golden rule. You can book home resorts up to 11 months in advance. Your outside home resorts 7 months out. If you're renting points, we have DVC members from every resort, so we can book up to 11 months for you. Definitely book as far out as you can. There's even something called walking, which means you can technically book a little before your stay, which we can always help with as well. You don't have to worry about that too much. It's a little trickier. A lot of times it's not necessary.
I'm just going to drop that in casually.
We can walk things if necessary as well. But consider booking during shoulder seasons. Dates surrounding the popular school breaks, like the week before, the week after. If you've got ability to move stuff around, it's definitely going to be lower points and less crowded if you're able to avoid the most popular spring breaks. So if you can stay on the shoulders areas of it, that would work best. Same, flexible with dates. If you've got some wiggle room, try to avoid anything around spring break or regular holidays if possible. A few days earlier or later can make a huge difference in price and also with the more availability. Also, you may want to consider targeting less popular resorts. Resorts like Polynesian, Beach Club, likely going to book up faster. Exploring options like Saratoga Springs, Old Key West, Animal Kingdom. They offer way more rooms than the other resorts as well. And a lot of times they'll still have availability. They're always the last 3 to sell out. So if you're open for Old Key West, Saratoga, and Animal Kingdom, try to keep those as options. Don't sit there and say, I have to stay at this one resort, because you could possibly end up just being disappointed. So just try to be a little flexible if possible. You may also want to consider a split stay. So if a room is available for only part of your stay, say you really want to be at Beach Club for 7 nights and they've only got Beach Club for the first 3 of your trip. Possibly consider a split stay. We do the first 3 at Beach Club, last 4 at Bay Lake Tower or Grand Floridian, just possibly to split it up. Disney will transfer your luggage between the 2 resorts, so you don't even have to worry about that. Join the DVC Rental Facebook group. Some groups connect DVC members, like ours, which is willing to rent points out. Just make sure you avoid all scams. If you're looking for a room and somebody sends you a private message and they haven't replied to your post, many times it's a scam. Check out Disney Vacation Club Resales DVC. That's our group. We try our best to help out everybody in there and make it as safe as possible. And if we find out somebody who could be a scammer, we move them immediately. Last thing, be prepared to move quickly. If you see it, if you're thinking that you want a room and you see that it's available, try to be prepared to book it right away, because the availability changes very quickly, especially during popular times. And especially if you're right at the 11-month window or at that 7-month window, that's when you're going to start seeing a lot of rooms disappear, because the people who are just finally able to book it are going to be booking the rooms. And at 7 months, people who are going to be looking for not their home resort, they're going to possibly be looking for those dates too. So if you're looking at Christmas and you're at the 11-month window, you're going to want to book quickly. And once you get to 7 months, it's going to fill up unbelievably fast, because if you want at Saratoga Springs and you see Animal Kingdoms left, you got people possibly jumping resorts as well. So it's going to go quickly. So just be prepared. If you see something you like, I really wanted Grand Floridian and it's here, try not to drag your feet if possible, because it could go fast. So be ready to book.
And I just want to add also, because he mentioned split stay, if there's a disagreement maybe going on in your household, I can't do Disney for 7 days, it's too much, I'm going to be tired. Just remember, the ultimate split stay is 3 nights at Bay Lake Tower. You can walk right across the street to Magic Kingdom, back and forth many times you want. People need naps.
You're gonna be tired from doing that, though. So what would you suggest after that?
And then 3 or 4 nights at Vero Beach. And you will love it.
Knew that was
You
coming.
will want to just repeat that cycle.
That is the best way to do it. You definitely would do Vero Beach after you do your trip, because you can be really tired from Magic Kingdom, and then you want to go to Vero Beach and just mellow out for a few days and calm down and just chill. And it's an absolute.
And you'll think to yourself, why doesn't everybody do this?
And most people don't know.
Yeah,
most people don't. I guarantee you, if you walked around Magic Kingdom and interviewed people and said, "Hey, are you familiar about Disney's Vero Beach? An hour and a half away on the Atlantic Ocean," 90% of them would have no idea. So it's still a very good hidden secret, even though he's trying to tell everybody he knows about it.
And these people, you have the Treasure Coast, 21 miles of beach, the pool. If you want to go to the Publix there, it's not going to be a lot of traffic. You can buy all your beach gear. You can buy beach drinks. You can buy beach food.
I like there's a bunch of ice cream places around there.
Yeah.
You're in that beachy feel type thing. Nothing better than going out and taking your kids to get fresh ice cream afterwards, homemade ice cream.
You can throw paper airplanes from the 2nd floor. You got activities going on, pool bingo, water slide races. It's endless possibility. What's that spike ball on the beach?
It's been a while since you talked about Vero, so
we were
due.
I just have to say, it's the ultimate split stay. My wife still, when we say to Animal Kingdom, she still says the same. If you have kids under 10, especially if you have kids under 10, Magic Kingdom, stay at Bay Lake Tower 3 nights, Magic Kingdom every day. Just go every day. Don't even talk to your kids.
No other parks.
Yeah, don't even talk to your kids about Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. What? They're at the Magic Kingdom age, and they're going to melt down at a certain time, and you can just go right back to Bay Lake Tower. And then the day you go to Magic Kingdom, you stay there till 2, they wear out, get in the car, drive to Vero Beach, and they'll be like, what is this? This is amazing.
One park. You've got them going to one park. Yeah. There's nothing else at Epcot or Animal Kingdom or Hollywood
It's going to take
Studios.
you to navigate through Magic Kingdom with 2 kids that are 5 and 3.
Takes a while.
Yeah. And and then like they're gonna go on Buzz Lightyear, and then they're gonna want to do it again.
Yeah.
And they want to do it again. Then they're gonna want to do it again.
And then it's going to rain. You're going to be stuck on the bugs. You're
Yeah.
doing it over and over. Like
Tell me.
pirates.
Don't try and do all the parks in one trip when they're 5 and 3. Can't. Wear yourself down. That's my opinion.
That's one man's opinion.
One man's opinion. But once they get past 10, then you're on your own.
At that point, he just drives by Bay Lake Tower and he opens the door. The kids tuck and roll out and they walk into Magic Kingdom. He doesn't stop for him. Get out. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. We
We'll see
appreciate
you next week.
it. Have a great day.